Good afternoon everybody and a very warm welcome to Ringwood South, and today I have a bit of general knowledge for you, which means it's a little bit of everything today. Today it's going to be a little day out, little morning trip I should say, out to Alton Model Railway Exhibition, and then there's a little bit on what I've got. And then there's a little bit of what's going to happen next. And then right now is a thank you from me. Recently I passed a bit of a milestone of 1,000 subscribers. So firstly I just wanted to say thank you very much for all of you who tune in regularly, and new or old subscribers. It's all very much appreciated, your support over the last, however many years I've been doing it. I think it was 5, I think it was 2012 I said it started. So it's about 5 years, 6 years now that we've been going on YouTube. So slowly catchy monkey, as they say. The numbers have risen. But for me, as I've said all along, it's not about the numbers, it's about the content. And as long as you're enjoying the content, then it will speak for itself and it will keep on going up on either a weekly or monthly or whatever basis, really. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. Today I went to the Alton Model Railway group, and I should say the Alton Model Railway Exhibition is what I should actually say. And I was fortunate enough to catch up with 2 fellow YouTubers there, and also a thank you to Tony Northeastern and also Gary at Cheeky Tech, I should say. Put my teeth in. Donut. Yeah, so Tony Northeastern and Gary from Cheeky Tech and his son Callum also, because it was very nice meeting you all. And I also met a new YouTuber, a new subscriber that I've just subscribed to, called Fred from the Wilbury line. So I've just started following him. So it's been really cool. I had a really nice time. It was really fantastic morning out, chatting to them and catching up with them and actually meeting some fellow YouTubers actually in the flesh. And it was a good crack. We had a good laugh and had a good discussion and brainstorming and shared ideas and things. So it's a really good morning out. So the next clip is just me in the car, just basically saying that I'm on my way there, and then we're back here again. I didn't actually, for all the conversations that I was having, I didn't actually film any of the layouts, but I did bring back some goodies. So I'll just tack on the other clip onto this, and then we will be straight back here. Good morning everybody, and a very warm welcome to Ringwood South. And today we're out and about. So we're on our way to Alton Model Railway Exhibition. It's a rather gloomy morning this morning here in Sherford-on-Loddon, and it should take us about 35 to 40 minutes to get to Alton. And I'm hoping today to pick up a few bits and pieces, nothing overly special. But just a few bits and bobs just to keep me going on the railway. And I'm also hoping to catch up with a couple of fellow YouTubers, and also looking forward to catching up with a couple of my friends who are going from work. So hopefully today should be a good day, regardless of what happens. So join me later and we'll see how we get on. So bye for now. So I hope you enjoyed that very brief clip of me in the car. Like I said, I was actually meant to film some stuff at the exhibition, and as per usual I kind of got a bit carried away. Now I just wanted to give you a sort of brief layout update, because there has been some work, not a huge amount. Well, I suppose there has been a huge amount to a degree. As you can probably tell, I've actually added a couple of, so I've got a couple of bits from the Alton Model Railway Exhibition, and maybe that's what I should cover first, since we're just still on that subject, and then I'll go on to the actual layout update itself. So whilst I was at the exhibition, I picked up I picked up one of these, and I picked up a loudspeaker, Zimmo loudspeaker. DCC Coastal was there, and I had a little chat with him about one of my locos, and we will get onto that shortly. So just put that in the back of your mind in a minute, and I'll elaborate in a little while. Also, whilst I was there, I got a new recruit, and that new recruit is this little kiddie. It's a Bobo Class 73 in the Dutch livery, and if I just sort of pan out, you can sort of see how well it will fit in with the rest of it. Because currently I've got the 2 permanent way trains, coaches here, which came part of the Class 20 permanent way set. Also in the background, just before Behringer closed for business, I managed to win on eBay this breakdown train. And also I managed to buy this coach as well. So I've got a nice little selection going there. So the 73 here will work very well on the layout. Now, this isn't the Dapol version, because obviously Dapol do a version of this also in the Dutch livery. But some of you may remember I did actually own a Dapol 73 very briefly, a blue one. And I absolutely hated it. I hated it, I really didn't like it. One of the minor issues was the cab lighting that wasn't wide correctly, but I think they've since got it sorted out. But also I just didn't like its performance, and I didn't actually like the look of the 73. This actually looks better proportioned and looks better as a 73 than the Dapol version. The styling and the measurements I just think look better on this older Hornby Lima version than the actual Dapol version. So what I decided to do is go for this one. This one was out of steel, really. It really was. It was DCC fitted already, so I didn't have to buy a chip for it or anything like that. It doesn't actually have any sound, but it was such a bargain basement price. It was rude not to really take it. So it's now going to have a little. It'll sit nicely on the layout, and it'll complement the layout really, really well. And it will also go with my 33, which I have, which is a Helgen 33 in the Dutch livery. And this is like a Bobo. And it's really nice, and it's second hand as well, and it's just like, it's in really excellent shape. So I really couldn't grumble. I'm always a bit concerned about buying stuff on Model Railway exhibitions sometimes, because you're never quite sure when you get them home whether they're actually going to work, and then if you've got a problem with it, whether you're going to have too much hassle trying to sort it out. But luckily I stuck this on the track and it just went straight off the bat, so that's wicked. Also I got a bit of a Brucey bonus with this Class 150, because I've been trying to resurrect some of my locos that I got from Behringer, and this is one of them, because when I bought this one I knew it was DCC fitted, but I asked the chap to remove it because I was running Behringer, which was DC analog at the time. And he said he sent it out to me, and he told me that it'd been done, he'd removed the chip. And as it turns out, he hasn't. He must have forgotten to remove it, which has now come back to give me a bit of a Brucey bonus in that sense, because I didn't realise that the chip was in here, so I didn't have to buy a chip for this one. But this doesn't have sound either, but I don't mind, because I haven't paid for these chips as such. They've already come as part of the loco. I'm trying to buy, if I'm buying chips, I'm trying to buy sound chips already, so I don't have to sort of waste money in terms of to then put sound chips in them later and have all these other chips that I'm not going to use. So, but at least I've got another 2 to add to the fleet. The third one, which I've added to the fleet, which is what I will go on to now, but will mainly be covered in a separate video, which is why I've got bought this speaker from Autumn Model Railway Club exhibition, I should say, is because I bought one of these sound decoders, and it's a Class 60 sound decoder. Now it's recently released by Hornby, and I have my Sol Class 60, which is 60026. which is this little kiddie over here. I'll just move the Stobart lorry there for a minute. And she's a beautiful loco. And what I've done is I've actually put the sound chip on her already. In her already, I should say. But the actual speaker that come of it is not the best. And like I said, I'll go into more detail on my next video, because I'll do a specific video for the Class 60. But needless to say, I was underwhelmed by the sound that came out of the TTS sound decoder for this particular loco. The one on my 67 worked fantastic. The one on the 60 I wasn't overly impressed with. So what you're going to hear, well, I'm going to give you a little sample of it. What you're going to hear is the actual second modification that I've made. I have actually, the first modification I'll put on the next video, which is the original speakers originally fitted. This slight modification that I've made is me moving the speaker around and me actually repositioning the speaker, and it sounds better than what it did, but I'm still not overly happy with it, hence the reason why I'm now going to put this speaker into it. And like I said, that will be covered in the next video. But what I'll do is I'll give you a quick brief sort of start up, and then you can quickly listen to her, and then after on the next video I'll go into it in a lot more depth. So if I go to 0, and what I'll do is I'll just fire her up. I'm not going to do anything with her, but just so you can listen to her. Now, she does sound a lot better than what she did before. When I originally did the installation, I wasn't happy with either the positioning or the way or the angle that I've put it at, the way I was facing the speaker. It was actually originally, when I first did it, the speaker was facing upwards. Now what I've done is I've tried to seal it a bit more, and I've turned it upside down so the sound is actually coming through the bogey. But like I said, I'll go through it in the next video. But she does sound much better than what she did before, but I'm hoping to improve her further still by using this speaker. But she has a voice, so that's cool. So that's just another little thing added to the fleet. Some more news is I've started unpacking a few bits and pieces. The 2 TTAs have come out of storage, and also what I've now done is, I can't remember if I showed you this before, but I've added this sort of little mini fiddle yard of 3 lanes up the back, and this is supposed to be for the shunter, but I think I might take this out because it seems a bit too close. So I might remove that as well. But at least I have a little kind of 3-lane mini fiddle yard to play with. The last but no means least is I got a bit of a bargain yesterday. Not really anything to do with model railways as such, but it is being used in a model railway sense. Is I got one of these. It's called a Rolodex, which I'm sure many of you know already. But basically the reason for me buying this is, well, as you can see, I've just decided to log some of the sounds and some of the functions, and it's almost like an idiot guide for my locos, so I know what address they're at and what loco they are and what they do and all the rest of it. I'm kind of finding that I keep forgetting things because obviously there's so many locos and all their functions are on different buttons, so I decided to sort of do this. I managed to pick this Rolodex up for just only £2. Just for £2 I got this whole Rolodex, so I think it's going to come in really, really handy and really useful, just as a manual way of doing it. I mean, I could do it on the computer, but then it's like you still got to do the same thing and you've got to switch it on. So I'm quite happy just to do it like this and just have a little flick through. So I'm going to start cataloguing and logging these on this little Rolodex and just make it a little bit easier for myself, so I know where everything is. And especially because the 68 specifically, as you guys will know, that all the issues that I had with the 68 previous, that it never actually sent me a sound file, a sound actual instruction guide in paper form when they sent the loco out. So they emailed that to me. So that means every time I needed to run the functions on the 68, I'd have to refer back to the email. So this is a way of just getting it off the email and onto here, so I don't have to switch the computer and it's to hand. So that's why I've done the 68 first, really. And then I'm going to start going through some of the other ones and start doing the same for some of the others as well. So that pretty much caps everything off. So thanks very much for watching. Like I said, please feel free to comment and subscribe. And like I said, we're getting there slowly, catchy monkey. There's so many big jobs still to do, but Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say, so we'll just kind of get through it. And like I said, the next video will be on the Class 60 and installing the Simo sound speaker into it to see what difference it actually makes. So from Ringwood South, it's goodbye from me. So bye for now.